Time now is 8:48. Of course, we continue to follow the rescue efforts in finding James Kim, who is missing in the southern Oregon wilderness. As this story has developed, experts have stressed the importance of when packing for a car trip or going on a hike to prepare with supplies that could sustain you for a number of days. And that preparation includes the mindset for survival. Tom McElroy joins us. He is a wilderness survival instructor. Nice to have you here this morning.
Good to be here. Thank you.
You have to feel for the Kims in that decision.
Absolutely.
James
Very difficult
Kim,
decision.
Do you stay or do you break away and kind of separate? I mean,
Right.
just the rule of thumb here.
Absolutely. The rule of thumb is to stay put. What you want to do is make yourself as obvious as possible as search and rescue. You want to help yourself by making sure you help them find you. And the best rule in that place, in that situation, is to stay with your shelter, stay with your car, and stay together, and they will eventually be able to find you.
It's real important for us to point out here, we're not laying any blame here. We can only imagine that.
Absolutely not. Hindsight's always 20/20.
Yes, it definitely is so. We're just trying to pass along some information if anybody is ever caught in that situation. Let's say you're driving down the highway, you take the wrong road, as the Kims did. It ends up being a problem. You're sensing you're getting into more trouble as you go along. What is the mindset that starts to kick in, and then how you should control whatever that mindset is?
Sure, absolutely. There are actually 3 stages when people get lost psychologically that they go through. The first stage is they don't necessarily think they're lost. They've become lost, they know they're a little confused, but they still think they have a mental map of where they're going and what they're doing, so they keep pushing on. After this stage, they start to realize that they're lost. Once they realize they're lost, they begin to panic, and the natural fight or flight response kicks in. From there, because of this response, they start to push on even further, possibly even running. Eventually, this panic, coupled with even moderate hypothermia, leads a person to enter shock. From this stage, the body starts to pull blood more towards the core of the body, away from the brain, away from the extremities, and people start to act irrational. And
that is one of the things they fear somewhat in finding the pants of James Kim, is that maybe if he got rid of the pants, if he was wearing them, he thought he was getting colder, but in fact he may have thought he was getting hotter, and he took them off, and that is a sign of hypothermia, correct?
It's an extremely common response when somebody enters that 3rd stage where they start to enter shock. They start to think only in the present, so if they're running, they take their jackets off. A lot of times they abandon their backpacks with their survival supplies because they feel like that backpack is holding them back from getting to where they want to go. The end stages of this, a lot of times people that are lost end up running from helicopters, hiding from searchers, because they've entered such a primitive state of the brain that they're confused and irrational and just not making the right choices.
When you get to that point earlier on where you're starting to have a little fear and you keep pushing on, how do you calm? I mean, it's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
How do you calm yourself down so you become a little more rational in your thinking? You've been out in the wilderness. You spent some time I believe about a year in the wilderness, correct? Did you ever have any times you had to calm yourself down?
No. Even with the minimum amount of survival training, what that does is teaches you to first take care of your basic survival needs. In the woods, what you need to survive, there's 4 things that you need to survive. It's shelter, water, fire or some sort of heat source, and food. And once you can procure those things are going to help keep you calm in the situation because you have the confidence that you can survive as long as you need to.
Yeah, look at all the resourcefulness of the Kim family. I mean, they were doing all those things.
I've been very impressed with everything.
They stayed in their car. They used the car tires. I never would have thought of burning a car tire.
Yep.
And oil-based and everything, it does make sense. And so to make that decision, I can see how a father would think. I've got my wife and my 2 daughters here. I'm going to find help for them.
Even knowing what I know, stuck in that situation with my family for a week, eventually you're going to lose hope that search and rescue people are coming for you, and you're going to want to venture out. So it's a very difficult decision. I don't know if I would have made any different decision in that case.
And when it comes to planning for that trip, you're going to just take a road trip or you're going to go hiking. It may seem silly to say, I'm going to pack up on water and all those type things, but it's important to do.
Absolutely. It only takes up a small space in your car to have some water.